We broke the news here. Now it's official. UTRGV has a new mascot.
A new law is passed that may make it easier for Texas motorists.
And the Vipers have a new home. We'll show you an inside look at their new facilities. Bronc TV News starts right now.
Good afternoon, Bronc Country, and thank you for tuning in to this week's edition of Bronc TV News. Today is February 13th, 2015, and I'm Vanessa Matis.
And I am Orlando Vargas. Well, at the top of our broadcast, the new logo that will embody UTRGV has been proposed to the UT Board of Regents.
That's right, Orlando. Yesterday, the board met to approve the new logo, and after deliberations, a decision was made.
And that decision was yes. Now, our university now has a new identity. The era of the Bronc ends, and the era of the Vaquero begins.
We wanted to make sure that the Vaquero was seen as a hero.
The University of Texas Rio Grande Valley now has a new look.
We really wanted to be creative, very artistic. We wanted to stand out.
This is the second time athletic director Chris King will undergo an athletic rebranding. He says the final choice for the logo was unanimous.
When you're changing to a new university with the merger of two campuses, you have a mascot that you've utilized on one of the campuses since 1927. There's a heightened sense of people wanting to be involved.
New features like a spur and a brighter shade of orange have been added. The rebranding team went from initially having 8 concepts to only 2.
It really came down to the 2 concepts, and we let the focus groups give us the feedback before we made that final decision, and it was unanimous.
With new rebranding comes new expenses to the athletics program, and King says the road to transitioning to UTRGV is still in the works.
It isn't cheap when you're talking about all the graphics. I mean, this floor alone is going to be $20,000 as an example.
Now, 3 different color schemes, including white, green, and orange and blue, were presented to the UT Board of Regents before it was approved.
That's right. Well, the Bronc has been UTPA's mascot since the 1930s. We have been tracking the announcement on the new mascot since the very beginning. Now, in August of 2014, a committee made up of 30 student leaders from both UTPA and UTB came up with 10 proposed mascots. In November of 2014, UTRGV President Guy Bailey made his recommendation for the university's mascot to be the Vaquero, in addition to proposing navy blue and green colors. Now, earlier this month, UTRGV Athletic Director Chris King gave us a preview of what future UTRGV athletes will wear on their gear. You can count on us to bring you the latest on UTRGV.
The controversy to keep the Bronx as its mascot has made its way all the way to the Texas Capitol. The bill, if passed by Terry Canales, would require a student election to determine the UTRGV athletic nickname. In a letter sent to the UT Board of Regents, Canales says, quote, "I respectfully request that you delay further consideration of the athletic logo and word marks for UTRGV until the students have had a chance to weigh in on this very important issue. A 2/3 vote in the House would be needed to pass the bill into law."
Now, UTRGV is taking a broader approach to student applications. With close to 7,000 applications for the fall semester, a more rigorous admission process will be taking place. The application itself is similar to UTPA's, but the reviewing process is expected to change, as a decision will not depend as much on test scores, but instead focus on students' overall college readiness. With the new guidelines, a student must include their class rank, prior college hours, and career goals in their portfolio.
A piece of our nation's capital is making its way all the way to UTPA. Journey Stories, a traveling exhibit from the Smithsonian, will open February 17th in the Sherry Room located in the library. This year's theme is immigration, migration, and transportation. UTPA is one of only 6 places to have the exhibit this year.
Now, next month, a new law goes into effect for Texas motorists that will kill 2 birds with 1 stone.
That's right, Orlando. This new law will merge the inspection sticker and the registration sticker into one. Our own Bronc TV's Isamar Resendez has more details on the changes.
Year after year, your vehicle goes through the same inspection process. If you pass, you get a sticker. But the next time you go in for your yearly service, you'll get a different ending. Come March, the Department of Motor Vehicles will be getting rid of inspection stickers and replacing them with only one registration sticker.
I want to say it's going to be one sticker because there's a reason why they're doing it, because they want to eliminate more costs from the government on the extra papers or stickers.
You will still have to take your vehicle for an inspection, but your inspection and registration stickers will now be merging, leaving only one date to remember.
I mean, I think there's a lot that remains to be seen how they're going to actually do it. If you're going to have to somehow communicate between the person who's doing the inspection to the DPS, I think it's probably going to cause more hassle than anything else.
In this case, the registration and inspection stickers do not match. So come March 1st, the DMV will allow this and any other vehicle owner to renew their registration as long as their inspection is current. Getting an inspection will now be required to renew a vehicle's registration. This new change will save approximately $2 million. With the new program, inspectors will print out an inspection sheet for the vehicle owner. The inspection status will be verified electronically after the registration process. The price and design for inspection and registration will remain the same. For Bronc TV News, I am Isamar Resendez.
Now this is a Bronc TV Extra. You'll still need to have a valid car inspection before renewing your registration. The results will be kept electronically by the state of Texas, and the system will automatically enroll you to have both the inspection and the registration due on the same date. This means you will only pay for one inspection, even if it exceeds the 12-month inspection and registration cycle.
You might have noticed some activity around the Edinburgh football stadium lately, but it wasn't the team getting ready for the game.
That's right, construction is underway on a state-of-the-art center with a dual purpose.
The Rio Grande Valley Vipers have been around since 2007, and in all that time, they've never had a permanent place to practice. Well, that's about to change with the completion of the new recreation center in Edinburgh.
It means that we could have something that we could call home. We haven't had a place to practice in almost 2 years now since the incident at the summit. We've been actually having to practice at UTRGV or Pan Am, and also local high schools that given us the opportunity to be out there. So for us to have a place that we could call home, it means the world now.
The almost 90,000 square foot facility will feature 2 gymnasiums, a boxing ring, several dance studios, a weight training room, and the city parks and rec department. This partnership between the city and the Vipers allowed the center to be built for a lot less.
We were fortunate to found a good partner in the Rio Grande Valley Vipers. They were looking to do a practice facility themselves for the Vipers professional D-League team.
Not only will this new facility bring the Vipers right here to Edinburgh, but it will also generate revenue for the city.
There's companies now that are going to be able to contribute directly to the facility that we will receive a portion of those revenues now that before we wouldn't have been able to.
Doors on the new recreation center will open in April. For Bronc TV, I'm Vanessa Mattis.
It's been a busy season for the Vipers. They are the first team in the D-League to utilize the hybrid model, which gives an NBA team, in this case the Houston Rockets, complete control of the basketball operations, while the local ownership takes care of the business side. And now they're one of the first teams to have their own practice facility. You know, Orlando, I bet the Vipers are wishing they could practice outside the next few days, right?
That's right, Vanessa. Now, we have had some pleasant weather lately, but will it stay for Valentine's Day?
That's right. Let's find out. Let's go Sergio Puente in our Bronc TV Weather Center.
Thank you, Orlando. Thank you for tuning in to Bronc TV Weather. Let's take a look at current conditions. Right now, we're looking at 70 degrees with mostly cloudy conditions across the entire region, with winds out of the east at about 8 miles per hour. Humidity levels around 55 degrees. So we're looking at overnight conditions right now, 57 degrees in Rio Grande City, 59 degrees in McAllen. It's going to be pretty much in the lower 50s from Edinburgh to Raymondville and Harlingen there, 52 degrees there in Harlingen. That's a cooler spot. We are expecting fog, so make sure if you are venturing out late tonight to keep those low beams on if you are driving around. For tomorrow afternoon, we can expect temperatures back up to 60 or 60 degrees, 69 degrees there in South Padre, and that's the cooler spot only because they have the cool ocean waters right now. 75 degrees pretty much across the entire upper and middle Rio Grande Valley. For tomorrow, or for our drought monitor, we're looking at pretty much abnormally dry conditions in Starr County, but for the rest of the state of Texas, North Texas is doing exceptionally bad there with drought conditions. They're not looking at as much moisture as they're expecting in the North Texas region. But for the Rio Grande Valley, we're doing fairly well for our drought monitor. Our almanac and records show 92 degrees. That was set in 2009. 28 degrees. That was set in 1958. Our sunrise at 7:10 a.m. and our sunset will be at 6:25 p.m. Our 7-day forecast, look, the next 3 days we're looking at Saturday, Sunday, mostly cloudy conditions with actually a 30% chance of rain on Sunday. Temperatures back down into 76 degrees. That cold front that came in yesterday is kind of cooling off temperatures for the next couple of days. By Monday, we're expecting windy conditions as we see warmer weather actually push back into the region with temperatures back up to 80 degrees. By Tuesday, we're expecting 84 degrees there on the 7-day forecast, mostly sunny and hot conditions. But then we see this Arctic cold front come in on Tuesday night into Wednesday morning, bringing in temperatures back down to 45 degrees Tuesday night into Wednesday morning, 54 degrees for a high on Wednesday. So it's going to be rather chilly coming up soon here in the Rio Grande Valley. By Thursday and Friday, we're looking at mostly cloudy conditions and temperatures kind of rebounding back into 68 degrees. That was a look at your Bronc TV weather forecast. Back to you in the studio.
While some may think that the Civil War took place far from the valley, an effort between members of the community and UTPA are working to show that the war was much closer than some may think.
Education is being redefined in the Rio Grande Valley.
Learning isn't confined to the classroom.
The Community Historic Archaeology Department with Schools, also known as CHAPS, has founded the first Civil War trail in Texas.
Bringing community people in to share their remembrances, their documents, we've got images about the Civil War as it took place in the Rio Grande Valley.
CHAPS plans to conduct a reenactment to launch their new Civil War website.
People can wander in, talk with the interpreters, and then at some point they're going to start shooting at each other.
The website includes several interactive features.
It has more detailed information about all of the sites and how things fit together.
Educators in the region now have resources outside of the classroom for a new kind of learning.
We can take our students out to places that are really historically important, and we can share that with them, and they can then take that to their families, and it then spreads out that way.
For Bronc TV, I am Ivan Herrera.
A UTRGV women's team will start the new season with a new leader. Bronc TV's Javi Guerrero has more on the new coach.
When the UTRGV women's volleyball team hits the court this fall, they will have a new coach at the helm.
It's excited to be here and hope everybody comes out and supports us.
Meet new head coach Todd Lowry. Lowry won 2 national championships as a head coach of the UTB volleyball team and will bring a tradition of winning to the new university.
Change the recruiting philosophy a little bit. We'll probably look to bring in some international players and kind of bring that flavor.
Lowry builds his team with big, strong hitters and hopes to continue that at UTRGV.
You know, we always kind of played an exciting style of volleyball. You know, big athletic girls that can hit the ball, you know, something that's fun to watch and just basically enjoy what they're doing. And I think that's what we want to bring.
He also hopes to add a little bit more of an international flavor to the team.
The team I had last year, we had 7 different countries. So I think that's probably something that maybe we'll try to leave with that impression.
The successful coach is looking to the future of the university and the new athletic department. For Bronc TV, I am Javi Guerrero.
Now, there are a few things in life that cause more anxiety than Valentine's Day, right, Vanessa?
That's right, Orlando. And our Bronc TV's Daniel Galvan hit the streets to see if love was really in the air at UTPA.
Valentine's Day is this Saturday, and the holiday is either loved or totally ignored, and it really just depends on what your Facebook relationship status is. But I went on the street to ask UTPA students what they had to say about Valentine's Day, true love, and pickup lines. Are you excited for Valentine's Day?
Not really.
Why aren't you excited?
It's expensive.
Are you a fan of Valentine's Day?
I am. I like it.
And do you have experience on Valentine's Day?
I do not. Which is probably why I like it.
So what are you going to do on Valentine's Day?
I'm actually going to a concert.
Valentine's Day is this Saturday. Are you guys excited?
Well, we're not really doing anything because I work.
I'm so excited. I'm going to do everything.
What's been the worst date you've ever been on?
Oh God. I don't know. I mean, I've never been on like a horrible date, but I don't want to rat anybody out.
I have like a negative memory of Valentine's Day on that.
I remember in like 3rd grade when we were still making those boxes, like no one gave me one. So I just brought this box I decorated for myself. And I was just like, just like looking for stuff, and no one gave me a Valentine, not a single one. I went home real sad.
If you could go on a dream date with one celebrity, who would you choose?
Can I tell you something right now?
What?
My girlfriend's right in back of you.
I'm at a restaurant, and this one guy asked me, "What's for dessert?" I give him the dessert menu, and we only have like cheesecake, and he's like, "Where's Issa?" And I was like, "Are you kidding?"
And then he was arrested for sexual harassment.
And now they're dating?
Oh, exactly.
All right, so what's your best pickup line?
Do you work at Starbucks? Because I like you a latte.
So that's what some Broncs have going on for Valentine's Day. As for me, well, I'll be spending the holiday by myself listening to Taylor Swift and downloading Tinder. Reporting for Bronc TV, I'm Daniel Galvan.
Well, it looks like we have Mr. Cupid right here in studio, but this time he's going to talk a little sports and give us a good WAC preview that's going to start next month, right, Daniel?
Yeah, well, we're actually in the middle of the WAC, and with both the men's and women's basketball teams, and I want to start with the men's. They've really struggled early on. I mean, they're 2-7 in conference play, and they've also lost 4 straight games. But I do think this Saturday they play Seattle University at the UTPA Fieldhouse, and I think they have a real shot at snapping their losing streak, and that's because they really are play really well at home. I mean, they're 6-3 at home, and this Seattle University team can really be contained if they can stop their star point guard, Isaiah Umapig. That is where their offense is. He averages 16.7 points per game, but if they contain him, and if the young underclassmen here at UTPA shine, like sophomore Janari Josar, a transfer from Ole Miss, I mean, you have an SEC player playing in the WAC, and that has shown. I mean, that's the guy you got to watch if you're a UTPA student. And with also freshman Dan Kamasa, as he picks up his game and develops into a star player, and also junior Shaq Hines. All these young underclassmen are developing. I think they're going to play really well against Seattle. I think they're going to play really well in the WAC tournament later this year, and especially next year. I think that's when this team will kind of fulfill Coach Dan Hipsher's vision.
All right, well, Daniel, let's talk a little bit about the women's side. Now, how are they doing? How is their star player Sean Takeoff doing?
Oh, they're doing great. They're 6-2 in the WAC, and that puts them right at second behind New Mexico State. Now, New Mexico State, they're doing real well. They're 8-0. Kelsey Mitchell, we have a player of that caliber with that type of leadership down here, and it shows with Shantae Goff. I mean, she leads the team in points per game and steals per game. And not only is it Shantae Goff, but down in the post, Brittany Bush is also really effective with 9 points per game and 6.4 rebounds per game. So between Brittany Bush and Shantae Goff, this is a really successful team. Coach Larry Tidwell has done a great job, and you can watch them play online if you aren't at the Fieldhouse this Saturday to watch the men's. The women's will be playing on the road on Valentine's Day at Seattle University. Seattle University is a team with a 7-16 record. That's a game I think we will win, and I'm very excited for WAC tournament play because I think we have a really formidable team this year.
Sounds good. Well, thank you, Daniel, for that inside look at both the women's and men's team.
That's right. And remember, if you're a UTPA student, your admission is free. You just have to show your UTPA ID. Now, if you have a story idea, let us know. Our Facebook page is www.facebook.com/BroncTVRadio, or visit our Bronc TV and Radio page at www.brtvnet.wix.com/BRTV.
You can also reach us at Twitter. Just search for our Twitter handle, @BroncRadioTV, and use the hashtag StoryIdea to let us know what you want us to cover.
That's right. Well, this brings to conclusion another edition of Bronc TV News, and we wish you the very best.
Thank you.